Hey, what's up everyone? Got something a little different today for the video. It's spoonbill season here in Missouri, and yesterday I went out with TJ Hammock. He's got a guide, a charter company, does spoonbill. I think he's going to do some catfish and crappie guided trips as well too down on the Lake of the Ozarks. But I'm going to link TJ's information down below. Real Addiction Guide Service is the name of his company that he started up. And I'll tell you what, man, he runs a professional operation. So check him out. He's also got a YouTube channel as well too. And I'll link that down below as well too. I know he's trying to start that and get that up and rolling. But I was able to jump in with him yesterday for probably about an hour and a half, I think it was, in between trips for him. So he had a morning trip and then an afternoon trip. So we went out, right at noon and did a little pulling, trying to snag some of those big spoonbills. So hope you all like it. Let me know if you want to see some stuff other than crappie. I want to get out. TJ does a lot of catfishing as well too. He's got a pretty unique setup on his jugs that he uses. So I'm gonna hook back up with him, do some catfishing and some jugging as well too. So hope you all like this video. Like I said, leave me a comment down below, but let me know what you think. I'd like to expand out a little bit from the crappie. I'll for sure do some catfish fishing, and not a huge bass fisherman, never got into that. I mean, fish here and there, so maybe I'll explore that as well too. But hey, appreciate y'all. Check this video out. Let me know what you think down below.
All right, what's up everyone? Hey, out here on Lake of the Ozarks with TJ Hammock of Real Addiction Guide Service, right man?
Yes, sir.
All right, we've been trying to work this out for a year now. I talked to TJ, what was it, about a year or so ago? Yeah. We touched base and we just have never hooked up on anything. So we're gonna pull some spoonbills, for some spoonbills. So TJ, why don't you tell us a little bit how you got your setups and everything?
So basically what we're doing, we're running Dipsy divers. These are knockoff ones, but they still work. Then we're running a 12-aught treble hook. So what we're gonna do is we'll look at the graph, see how deep the fish are, and then determine what depth to put out or length of line to get down to the fish. It constantly differs on what level they're at. Some fish are down on the bottom, some fish are floating 30-40 foot. You just kind of mark them and see you can go from there, and we will adjust these poles and raise them up and down until we connect with one. We did have great success this morning. Took a group of 5 out, 3 kids wanted to fish, and we hit a limit of 6 within 3 hours on a 4-hour charter. So we are hooking up with them pretty good right now, and we're having a great successful rate.
What how fast are we gonna pull? 5 miles an hour or something?
We're gonna pull anywhere from 4.8 to 5.2 miles an hour. That is what they recommend for these divers to get the length on the chart and everything correct. You can pull a little bit faster, but it's harder on equipment.
All right, we're gonna try to get on them. So I'm trusting TJ. I've never caught a spoonbill. I've never even seen a spoonbill in person other than just now on the dock. So
we'll get on them. There's no worries there.
All right, let's get them, man.
This is our chart. We are running magnums. So through here, here's the depth we want to go. So right now we're in 30 foot of water. I have mine set at 2, and then I have mine set at 3. So I'm gonna run my outers at 60 foot in depth, and then my 2 centers are gonna be at 55, and that'll get us right down to that 30 mark. The hook is about 1.5 feet above the diver. You can see the hook up here. Right here, here's our diver. So this diver, we want it hitting the ground, and then this hook will be above it. Once we run over them, it'll trigger that fish, will smack into them, and then the fight is on. Literally, these things fight like you've never had anything like this fight. Whenever you're on fresh water, you got to go to the ocean to get something like this.
What are your rods, and what line are you running?
So I am running Hellcat heavies. It's the heaviest action they do have to my knowledge. I'm running 120 pound braid, and then the reel is a pin squall 2 with a line counter, because going back to this chart, you have to be able to know exactly how much line you have so you're achieving the right depth. Similar to what you do with pulling crankbaits, right? You got to know your line out to be able to judge it and get to where the fish are. So let's go ahead and get set up and we'll get on them.
Cool. So those are all spoonbill, huh?
Yes, sir. Everything looks like most of them. Everything looks like an upside down horseshoe for the most part.
gonna do, we have 3 poles out right now. It's just a start. We'll continue to put more out as we need it. What happens is one is hooked up. We have to get the other poles in that have nothing on them, because what will happen is we'll start drifting and everything will get tangled up. So we move the poles, get everything free, and then we will wrestle in the fish that has been caught. So stick around, let's hook into one. All these are spoonbill right here. All through there. Big spoonbill. You can see them marking on the graph right here on the side scan. So I just told him to get a little bit closer.
So what's the reason that they're up at this end of the lake as opposed to like where we're at, Gravois and up there?
This is the original Osage River.
Right.
So what they do for breeding is they go up
North,
the river.
right, up river.
They're going to go against current. So a lot of people don't think that there is current in the lake. There is actually a slight current when they have both dams open. So I mean, water does flow through. So them fish are going to migrate up. They do migrate also in the Gravois arm. You will find them up towards the top.
Well, I saw that one last year. I posted that video, that one jumping.
Yep. So they are up there.
Yeah.
It's just there's too much structure up there because most of that's all flooded property. So you lose a lot of. I lost 2 poles last year up there.
Okay.
Just literally broke right out of the bottom.
So you were fishing spoonbill up Gravois last year.
Yep.
Okay.
Did a couple days up there and then started making the run down here for the fish. So you get on them a lot quicker. The afternoon time, which is what we're at right now, we're at the lunchtime. We're in between 2 chargers essentially. It's the toughest time of the day. You still can get on fish, but the boats have been over them a few times. They've moved aside. This morning we were actually catching them up on an old island in the riverbed, and what I mean by that is 60 foot all the way around it, and it's 30 foot, so it is flooded island. It's just throughout the day they change. They move quite a bit every day. Now this is what you call finding a lot of spoonbill. I ain't gonna tell you my location, but there's a lot of them. We should hook up on one soon. What do you think?
I hope so.
135.
There it is.
Reel on that other one. Reel that in.
Oh, God. Good one. That's one of the big girls we just went over, boys.
Oh my God. There's some lake here.
I told you to put me on the big ones, TJ.
There you go. Guys, I mean, the wind is blowing us, but this one feels pretty good. I felt the pull on, where are we at now, Jake? 37 fish in 3 days. We've landed. We're still getting pushed at maybe, I'm gonna say half mile an hour, so there is some resistance. This fish right now, we have 108 foot of line out. So once I hand this over to Brad here, we're gonna have him fight it in for us. There you go. Now just keep a little resistance. You don't have to manhandle it. You can take your time. Wear that fish out. Just go slow, wear him out. What'd you say, bub? All right.
Oh, there he goes.
Yep. How's your first one feel?
Like a tree. Like you hooked into a tree. So you said this feels like
It don't feel bad.
a good one, you know.
It feels like a keeper.
There we go.
But we do have the wind pushing us, so
Yeah.
whenever that happens, you do get a lot of resistance. But it feels like a tree, don't it?
Yeah, it ain't moving.
Take your time. Once it comes up, he's going to want to dive. And so you better hold on to that pole.
Here he comes.
What do you think about that, bud?
That's good. You tell me, is that a good one?
Oh, dude, that's so weird feeling.
I know. It looks like he got ran over.
Must have got caught in the turbine at Truman or something.
I don't know.
Coming
Pretty
out of
wild.
the dam or something at Truman, maybe.
All right. Put your arms.
How do you hold this thing?
Sit down.
Sit down.
Yep. And we'll put him in your lap. All right. There you go.
There.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy. Come on.
There you go.
All right.
Now you got all slimed up.
Oh, you ain't kidding me. That's
Hey,
why
now
you
you're-
want.
now you're-
Is that like initiation or something?
It is. It is.
Slime him on his first one. Next time, be like, just hold him standing up.
Next time you can make it standing up.
So we do that to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of a little funny thing to do. You know, it's got to break them in on their first
I
catch.
know how it goes.
But
Like, oh, you gotta drink the blood of the first deer you killed.
so how'd that feel for your first one, though?
That was fun. I can see why you're doing it, man.
Oh, it's
So-
addicting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hence my name, Real Addiction
Yeah.
Guide
Yeah.
Service.
It's cool.
Once you
So,
reel in your first one,
cool.
you will be addicted.
What do you think? That was 50? 40?
Nah, he's probably 35, 40 pounds.
All right.
So, all right, let's get
go.
on to the next one.
Let's do it. Got
Well-
a threefer.
Sometimes you don't hook up because you're already hooked up with this crap.
All right, so what were we out for? About an hour?
Yeah, about an hour.
Yeah.
We got another charter that just showed up, so.
Yeah, so we weighed this one 49.6. So TJ's gonna fillet it up now.
Full of eggs.
I don't know if this can go on YouTube or not. I guess we'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
Might have to go black and white on it.
We didn't bleed her, you can tell.
So no bones, but you're just going right down that.
That node code
Okay.
cord or whatever it's
Yep.
called. Node cord or something, I can't remember what it's called.